Hello and welcome to another sketchbook tour. This is a sketchbook number 28. It's just a random sketchbook that I got from the dollar store. So let's get to it and see what's inside. So, starting with the first page, I just have a bunch of stickers here and my sketchbook goals, which was to focus more on studies. Draw with a pen more instead of a pencil, make more unfinished art, and draw my UCs more often, which I think all four goals I have for this sketchbook were accomplished. The sketchbook was started on February 13 to 2025 and it was ended on May 4, 2025, and this is just the cover I made. Moving on to the first drawings of these sketchbooks, I have some X-Men fan art, and I have some drawings of my Sona Remora, who is a hellhound. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see her better. There she is. This was like my first attempt at drawing her as a full hellhound. Her fur is supposed to be black, but I didn't color it because I really like how the first the face turned out, and I was scared of ruining it. And this is just how she looks like, you know, like her redesign of some sorts. Then I have a page of studies. I was watching a documentary about wolves, and these are just here because I don't like how this face and this deer came out, so I just covered them with tags that I got from clothing that I bought. I also didn't like how the snout on this wolf turned out, but I did like the eyes, so I covered it. And I do like this wolf in here. I think it looks pretty nice. These are some concept art for one of my UCs. She still doesn't have a name. She's supposed to be some kind of nature goddess that goes like rampant or turns evil at some point, and she wears different masks, and each mask represents something. So there's a deer mask, a fox mask, a bear, and an owl. And the main one is the owl mask. So this is how she looks, as kind of like a spirit, and this is like her normal appearance. But I still need to figure out a name for her, and I probably will develop her look more and talk more about her in a video I have planned about making like reference sheets about my OC and the OCs and delving more into their stories of each OC I'm talking about on that video. Then we have a bunch of drawings of my fursona, who's called wecome. I was feeling a little bit sad, so I drew some bent art, and this is a new song I was trying to practice. Again, the ones that I don't like I cover, but this one is called the Ritual, and it's supposed to be a goat, and she's supposed to represent more of my spiritual and witchy lifestyle. So yeah, like more of a spiritual side soda kind of thing, but Beck here is my main one. These are some drawings I did for one of my friends, Logan, or Sticky Corgi, I think is his username on Instagram. They're an absolute sweetheart, and this is their fursona, Logan, who is a very colorful, very sweet looking bunny. Let me zoom in so you can see him better. Wait, where's the zoom? Oh, it's up here. Sorry for that. That's Logan. Down here is more of a true pony sona because I have been rewatching My Little Pony lately, and I wanted to draw a pony that looked more like accurate of how I think I would consider myself as a horse. As a horse. Her name is Tarot Deck because I love reading tarot, and that's her cutie mark, is just the tarot deck. with the magician card, which is my favorite, and the moon card behind it, and the moon, because I just like those cards a lot. And of course, because I consider myself kind of a witch, she's a unicorn because, you know, magic and stuff. Then I have studies. Like I mentioned, I wanted to delve more into studies. All the studies that you see here are either from the channel Gesture Drawing Party, which is a channel that posts timed videos with models and poses that you can draw for studying anatomy and gesture, and also from the book Constructive Anatomy. So these are some drawings that I was copying from the book and trying to like analyze them a little bit. And this was just a tea I drank and it said good luck, so I just put it in there with a doggy sticker that I like. Here's more OC stuff. These two OCs, I'm gonna zoom out so you can see them, are sphinxes. This is Elliot and this is Elias. They're brothers and they are sphinxes, but Elias is more of a cat-like sphinx while Elliot is more of a dog sphinx. He's supposed to be a borsoi, but I don't like how this one turned out, so I need to practice borsois. And this is just a receipt from where I went to the art store. Again, I don't wanna elaborate a lot about them because I plan to make a video delving into each of my OCs for the story and planning. So that's it. As you can see, I drew these both straight up with pens. So that's another goal that I had on my sketchbook, was anatomy, practice drawing with pens and drawing OCs, which I think were successful, and also making unfinished drawings like this. You can see they're not colored, they don't have line art, they're just a sketch and stuff like that. So I think I managed to accomplish the goals of my sketchbook this time, and I mainly did it because I didn't want to feel the pressure of having to do or have a completely finished art. So that helps. It helps. I do like coloring pieces and sketches on my sketchbook still. So like this one of my OC Remora with short hair, and this is more of a sketch of my persona with short hair, but I still treated myself to doing more finished stuff like this one and this one, but I try my best to keep it sketchy and loose because I want to let go of my perfectionism, and I think having my sketchbook be less tidy helped a lot. This is just a page where I basically pasted a lot of old art from back in 2021. It says here old art from 2021. This is my dog Kipo. This is Remora, my Sona. This is me. And this is my Fursona Beck and my friend's Sona Blue. And this is an attempt at making a new Sona because I love werewolves and I wanted to make kind of like a werewolf Sona. So let me see if you can see her better. No, you can't. It's because of the camera. Wait. There we go. There she is. They still don't have a name. I'm just calling her Beck because I go by Beck. I really like how this one turned out. But yeah, she's fun to draw. I drew her again here because I was drawing vent art. And in here as well. These are just this sketch, like the base sketch was done in a yellow marker, and I drew on top of it with a pen, with a purple pen. This is another one of my OCs. His name is Misha. He's a dragon, and again, I won't spoil much about him, but he's one of my favorite OCs ever. I like to think that dragons in the comic universe I'm planning to do behave kind of like cats, like big cats. So there he is, just, licking his paw. and I really like how this expression turned out. Sorry for my arm getting in the way, by the way. I need to support my camera, overall it falls over, so I have to do this and like grab the tripod in here so my camera won't fall. More hand studies from the constructive anatomy book. I didn't like this one that much, so again, everything that I don't like I usually put something on top of. Same with here. I didn't like that one, so there's that. Another receipt from the art store and another hand that I didn't like that I covered up. But overall I do like this page. I like how this bit looks, and here is like the anatomical bits, like it's differentiated by color. So the abductor pollicis is this one in green, and so I highlighted the name in green and stuff like that. More hand drawing practice, and the ones, oh, in here I just covered the names of these ones, these ones, that's it. I do like these hands though, they look cool. Here's another, and I can't English today. Here's another drawing of that new werewolf Sona you saw a couple pages back. She is still very much in development, I think. I haven't drawn her again, I think, but I want to because I do think like her color scheme and the concept is kind of cool. And this is just a tattoo supply sticker from the store I go to buy tattoo supplies because for the ones who don't know, I'm a tattoo apprentice, so there's that, and all the time I go to buy supplies they give me stickers, which is really nice. So you will see a lot of tattoo stuff stickers from the tattoo supply store. Here is my OCs again. This is Harper and this is Anthony or Tony. Harper is a merman and Anthony is a werewolf, and they're like there's like around, I think, 5 or 6 main characters, and they're part of the main cast, so I don't want to spoil a lot, but yeah, they're gonna be a couple at some point of the story. So here are drawings of them together and Harper in his merman form. Here's more drawings of my OCs, which a bunch of like dialogue I was like thinking about and like little facts. This is Elliot, the same OC you saw in here. Wait, in here. This is... Oh, let me... Kuromi, don't go! There we go. The Borsoi Sphinx guy, it's the same one in here. This is Elliot in his complete human form, and this is Robin, who is up here but with short hair, and this is also Elliot but in his Sphinx form. And I was just writing about a lot of stuff I have as headcanon for Sphinxes. This is another one of my OC, another tattoo supply sticker. This OC is called Diana. I literally pronounce it like that. Instead of Diana, it's Diana. So she's a harpy. She's supposed to be a lesser spotted eagle. That's her eagle form. And I was trying to do like a little bit of a redesign. I really like this pose in here. I think the gesture looks really nice. Another tattoo supply sticker. And I like how her face looks in here. These are some gesture drawings, but I did them upside down because I completely... I forgot. Don't you ever like open a page and draw something and then you realize that your sketchbook was upside down? That's what happened. This is from a video from the Gesture Drawing Party channel. Then there's some drawing of beauty JPEG, which went kind of viral on Twitter. So this is my version of Jace and Victor if they were girls. So Victoria, and I call her Jade Talis. And I gave Jade, it's kind of like a Gibson girl inspired look because I think she would look very pretty with a messy bun on her hair. Next up is some drawings of my werewolf AU. I have a fanfic of this one. I think I mentioned it on my last video, if I'm correct. My fanfic is called Moonlight That Shines Like Shimmer. You can find it on AO3. But basically it's an AU in which Victor is a werewolf, so some drawings of that. Some drawings of Machine Herald Victor as how I used to draw him in the past, because I kinda drew him kinda like a diva and I missed that, so I drew him like that again. This is just kind of like a collage page, like some cutouts from some cute packaging that I had, some washi tape, some stickers, and that's it. More hand studies, a little Wolverine I received in the mail, an attack from a store, and that's it. Some hands. I really like this one. These also are from the Constructive Anatomy book. More hands. An old drawing from 2021. Another old drawing, I think this one is from 2024. Some drawings of Macaque, because I miss drawing Monkey Key fan art, and Macaque is my favorite character, so there he is. I really like this one. Here are some ideas I had for a Niosi, who is a cat wearing a hoodie. Some drawings and sketches of my own OCs, and trying to differentiate their different eye shapes. And a drawing of Wukong and Macaque, because I was kind of like I drew Macaque in here, so I was like, okay, let's draw him again, so why not. Some studies of a Skipper Key dog. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say the name of these dogs. I feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But I really like their shape. They're kind of like small and I don't know, they kind of like muscular looking for a small dog, so I just find them funny. And I really like these little tiny ones that I did. I think they look silly. More of my my OCs. This is Elliot, the cat sphinx, and no, this is Elias, the cat sphinx, and this is Elliot, the dog sphinx. But they're like on a semi-human form because they still have their tails and pointy ears. And here's some lore I wrote down about sphinxes as a species and some baby sphinxes. Because in the lore I have for their species, sphinxes are supposed to be born out of shooting stars. So this is a little baby sphinx inside a shooting star, you know. This is another redesign for my main Sona Remora, who is a hellhound. You saw at the beginning of the sketchbook tour that I drew her as a full-on hellhound, but I didn't like colored her. This is her new design, and I'm really happy with how she turned out. And I did color her in this time. And I really like the multiple eyes and the permanent smile going on. More hand studies. This page was just a page of little thumbnails for digital art I want to make. So it's just that. Some figure drawings. These are from the Gesture Drawing Party YouTube channel. I really like these smaller ones. I think, for some reason, I think that when I draw figure drawings, the small ones look better than the big ones. I don't know why. I think it's easier to capture the movement when I just do like tiny little doodles like this, you know? Like the more simplified it is, like this one, the better I think it looks. Some more hand studies. I was very much focusing on hands on the sketchbook, as you can see. Some more stickers from the tattoo supply shop. This is kind of a diary entry. Let me zoom out so you can see it. So we went on a little field trip with my family, and we were waiting on a restaurant, and we waited for like around 4 hours to get our food, which is a little bit insane, but what can you do? So I came up with a little game in which I gave a prompt, and we all had to draw set prompt. So the prompts were like our dogs, cats, bunnies, stuff like that, and we gave like different like winners with different categories, because so it would be fair, because I'm the only one that draws on my family. So the category would be like the funny, the most funnier looking, the funniest looking one wins, the cuter one wins, the best drawn one wins, the weirdest one wins, stuff like that, you know. But it was very funny because every drawing looks so different, and we all had a blast, and we laughed a lot, and it was overall a very, very funny drawing exercise slash game. So, and I didn't wanna like forget the experience and how fun it was, so I pasted all the drawings we made in here. This is another collage page of all drawings I had from 2022. Well, these ones are from 2022, and these one are from when I was a kid. Like, excuse my dog, but these are way older than these ones. Then I have some Instagram requests for drawings that I did, and the end is my son Remora dancing around and a sticker from the tattoo shop. And that's it. That's sketchbook number 28. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment below, because that always helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!